All right, welcome everyone to Passageways, Best Innovation by Clear Mountain Bank. Thank you so much for taking time to join us today. We are so excited that you're here to join Tracy and Pam and Rochelle here at Passageways to go through their Bestie innovation. So we're really excited to hear what they have to share today, kind of letting you in on this fun conversation that we're going to have. I want to take care of just a couple housekeeping items before we kick off the call. So again, my name is Rochelle at Passageways. I am CSM here and work closely with Tracy and Pam at Clear Mountain. For the housekeeping that I wanted to cover, we are recording the webinar. So you'll be able to download the presentation after. We'll make sure that we get that out for you. On the GoToWebinar, you should be able to see midway down, there is a section where you can submit a question. So feel free during the webinar to please submit your questions right there on the panel. We will receive that here at Passageways and be able to communicate that to Tracy and Pam. It makes these things a lot more fun when we have engagement from you guys, and this gives you a chance to kind of get some feedback from them and ask your questions about how they did things and, you know, those best practices that you want to try to implement in your organization as well. So hopefully you can come away from today inspired. So with that, I believe that's all I need to do housekeeping wise. I don't take away any more time from our awesome content today. I'm going to go ahead and introduce Pam and Tracy. And I'm actually going to let them go ahead and say a little bit about themselves and what they do at Clear Mountain, and we'll just hop right into it.
Hi, I'm Tracy Burns. I'm a marketing associate at Clear Mountain Bank.
Hi, I'm Pam Bolyard, and I am the Payroll and Benefits Administrator. Tracy and I came into Passageways kind of by accident. We had an initiative to get a employee intranet, and we were tasked with that. So it goes to show you that anybody can do it, marketing and benefits. So, but that's us.
And we love you.
Awesome. We love you.
So you guys had a chance to share this app powwow last year, 2018, for your best innovation. And we are really excited to kind of get a chance to see another look at that and have a chance to kind of pick your brain on best practices and how you dug into the initiative that you implemented using OnSemble. So with that, I think if you guys want to go ahead and share your video, we can go ahead and start that. You can go ahead and go through the presentation, and then maybe we can dig into your portal a little bit and do some Q&A there.
Awesome.
All right, whenever you are ready, go for it.
In 2016, our president and CEO, Brian F. Thomas, passed away after a long battle with cancer. In 2017, Brian's brother, Dave Thomas, took over as president and CEO. Because Brian was heavily involved in the local community, Dave created a volunteer program within the bank in honor of Brian. The Clear Mountain Cares volunteer program was born. Through this program, each employee is given one paid day off to volunteer with an agency of his or her choice that directly benefits our community. Clear Mountain Bank and our employees routinely provide hundreds of hours of community service annually.
With Clear Mountain Cares, we set a goal of performing an additional 500 hours of community service above and beyond our normal activities.
We used our portal called ClearLink to communicate about this program, sign up employees, track results, and share photos. This is a look at our portal on our home page. The program received a tremendous response from employees, nonprofit agencies, and the communities we serve. We surpassed our goal of 500 volunteer hours and had 731 hours. We created a Clear Mountain Cares page within our ClearLink portal just for this program. On this page, we featured a video from Dave, a carousel island, help desk buttons for signing up, and our custom news feed we developed with Passageways. This shows the news feed and the important buttons for them to sign up and get more information. This also shows some volunteer needs if people need ideas. And this is what our sign-up form looks like to sign up for your CARES Day. To volunteer, the employees go to the CARES page and click the Sign Up button, which is a help desk. Then a form is completed. This triggers an email to the program coordinators to put together a packet with a t-shirt, water bottle, a handwritten note from Dave, all in a drawstring backpack. After volunteering, the employees fill out the follow-up form.
This allows us to export data to know how many employees volunteered, how many hours we're up to, and how many agencies we have served.
From the form, we were able to gather a quote from the employees about their experience, and they could upload photos from their volunteer day. We took their quotes and photos and posted them in the news feed. This is an example of what one of the news feed posts looks like for a volunteer recap, and it explains who the employees are and what they decided to do with their day. We also used the news feed to mention volunteer needs. The Clear Mountain Cares program puts structure, emphasis, and tracking mechanisms in place that serve to formalize the volunteerism program. Updates regarding the program have been posted weekly. The program has gained momentum and participation as the months have progressed. Through this program, our reported volunteer hours increased by 153%. Clear Mountain Cares was recognized nationally in the August issue of Independent Banker magazine, being named among 20 most innovative banks in the nation. Additionally, the Brian F. Thomas Community Service Award was created.
This award is given annually to the employee who best exemplifies Brian's vision for community service and philanthropy.
We created a page in our portal just for this award.
We use that page to describe the award and have a nomination form where employees can self-nominate or nominate one another.
The recipient was awarded $500. She was given an additional $500 to give to a charity of her choice. Without our portal and the ability to create different pages and forms, this program would have been challenging to manage. By implementing our portal for this project, we reduced the volume of emails, calls, paper, employee hours, and manual tracking. We've already started on our second year of the program. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. That was fantastic. Like, I just love the inspiration that I feel when I look at that and see how inspired everybody was by Brian, and to continue on his legacy of community service and philanthropy, and how many organizations were impacted as a result of that. It's really cool. It's very inspiring, and I'm so glad that you're able to use OnSemble to help organize that and enable you guys to do so much with it. That's really so awesome.
Thanks.
So
We've had a great response.
Yeah. So that's definitely one thing that I'd love to chat about today on today's call, because I know that a lot of our listeners are probably, can relate to you in that, they really care about the communities that they're in, and they want to make an impact for better, for positive. How were you guys able to encourage that employee engagement? I know you had, the inspiration and the award is a little bit of incentive, but can you talk a little bit about how you were able to kind of encourage people to participate and keep that momentum going throughout?
Well, I just now clicked on our Clear Mountain Cares page, and we have force subscribed every employee to get notices whenever a Newsfeed item has been posted. So they get a notice every time there is an article about a volunteer need or a volunteer recap. So all of our employees are getting an email anytime that one of those things happens. So we post them at least weekly, sometimes more, occasionally less. And so it's a constant thing that they're getting in their inboxes.
And we really broke the ice. We have a Millennial Committee, and the Millennial Committee as a group did one of the very first activities. And we took lots of pictures and posted them all around. And I think that really helps get everybody excited to see everybody working together. The pictures definitely make a difference. You can see what fun everyone's having. And then within an hour of posting a volunteer recap, we do see an increase in people registering for their Clear Mountain Cares Day. So I think that's definitely been really helpful in driving the continued engagement.
Awesome. So that the newsfeed and the communication that goes out with the email, like you guys being able to drive it on that end, was one piece of it. But then also the best practice that you mentioned, like having a Millennial Committee, having someone, a group that could kind of pave the way and, like you said, break the ice. That's awesome, and kind of could get them excited to join something that was already moving rather than them having to create something new. So that's really exciting. I'm ready to jump.
It's been lots.
That's awesome. So, and you mentioned within an hour of putting a new post out, people are starting to register for their cares. Do you hear any chatter or feedback in the organization about or what kind of feedback have you guys gotten since you've rolled this out?
Well, I'm the one who does the recap stories, and so I take the info that everybody submits, and everybody just has a great happy feeling about it. It's a feel-good day. I remember one employee helped put siding on a house for a Habitat for Humanity Day, and she said, I've never done that before, so I learned something new, and I felt really good about what I was doing. So everybody just feels really great about doing it. A lot of people have said, I didn't know about this agency before, but I've learned so much, and I'm going to volunteer with them some more, on my own time. So that was really good to hear, too.
Wow, that is so awesome. So it's really kind of immeasurable at that point, the ripple effect that what you've been able to kind of get here is really impacting your community. That is so exciting.
It really is. And here's just an example of one of the recent recaps. When they're filling out their follow-up form, everybody has something great to say. And we're sure to include that in these follow-up posts. And pictures are always great. Everybody loves looking at pictures. We're pretty spread out. We have 13 branches and an operations building. How many counties are we in? We're in 4 different counties. So bringing everyone together through this program has been great.
Yeah, that's awesome. We did have a question come in, and some of these I'm going to take them as they come in, and some of them will wait and do kind of Q&A at the end. So guys, please remember to go ahead and send those questions in. I'm actually going to take this question that just come in because it fits with what we're talking about. But one of our participants has asked if you could talk a little bit about the Newsfeed. They're a little bit curious about like how that works and how that piece came about.
We heart the Newsfeed. We actually had previous experience with a Newsfeed in our old portal, but Passageways has taken it for us to a whole new level. So the Newsfeed, it's an island, and you're able to put out different, help me out, Rochelle, if I'm, different articles.
Or information, or links, or a photo.
And it archives them for you. Yeah, let me click here. Let's do read more. You can also set your subscribers. So for this particular news feed, we have it set so that every Clear Mountain Bank employee gets an email. Anytime that we add something to these news feeds, we can check mark if we want an alert to go out, and our alerts go out, either email or the pop-ups. But we control who gets them.
Awesome.
And you can also search within this in the search box that is there if you're trying to find something from last year that you're wanting to post again. You can search for something in there also.
But we use news feeds throughout. You might have seen on our homepage, here's our Clear Mountain news feed. This is what we call our main news feed. So anything that the majority of the bank needs, we put out on our main news feed. We have everyone subscribed to this news feed as well, and it triggers an email or a pop-up, and we actually have it set so that in the email, it provides the news article itself as well. This, I think, has really helped to ensure that everybody sees everything that they need to see.
And we have the same news feeds, the same setup on our department pages. But, for example, I am in marketing, and I don't do anything with retail, so I don't need to know about teller alerts and things like that a frontline staff would need. So I am not subscribed to the retail page. But if somebody's interested in something going on in marketing, like our news feed on the marketing page is our press releases.
Right. We've named it Press Release instead of News Feed.
Awesome. So a lot of the, we're getting a little bit of, excitement surrounding the news feed. For those of you who are asking, thank you so much for your questions. The news feed is actually a consulting project that they worked with our consulting team to implement in their portal. So if that's something that you are interested in, get with your CSM, and we will be happy to help you out with that too. Just to make sure that they know what it is. They're like, do I have this tool?
Yeah, if you don't have
just
it,
get with your CSM.
Yeah, you definitely want it. You can change your thumbnails. You can change your thumbnails.
Or if you don't have a photo to upload on the news feed, it will just default to whatever kind of photo you want to put in there.
Right. We have the plain logo as the default if you don't choose a thumbnail. But here are all of our news feed items that you can go back to from when we first started in August of 2017. And it's searchable. It's amazing.
Awesome. And so that's how you're posting all of your recaps. Are they submitting the recaps to you in a help desk, or that was another question that we got, how those recaps are being handled? Do they come to you via email or in a help desk, or how do you get those from the staff once they've completed their training or their volunteer?
Well, we have a sign-up form, and it's kind of similar to the follow-up form, but the sign-up form just says the purpose of it is to alert a couple of us who are kind of in charge of this program to get the person a t-shirt and a little goodie bag and a thank you note from Dave. The purpose of that is just to kind of alert us that they are doing something, and then they go do their thing, and when they're done, they usually need a reminder to fill out the follow-up form. And here's the link for the follow-up form, and it's pretty similar, and it just says how many hours you completed, and then when they click submit on this one, it sends a couple of us an email, and then we can also export this, and that is how we get our total numbers, is from that.
Any banks, would know that we have the Community Reinvestment Act, and our Clear Mountain Cares kind of overlaps with that. So that's why we have this form, kind of general.
Yeah, and this form also, if you do something that is not a Clear Mountain Cares Day and you need to report that for CRA purposes, this is the same place you go to. You go to the same form for this. We have a link. It's titled something else in another part of our website or our portal, but it goes to the same exact page, and the only difference is there's a checkbox that says click here if this is a Clear Mountain Cares Day, and that's how we can filter out all of our volunteer hours, or if we just want to see the CARES hours.
Yeah, it's helped us funnel it all into one place, because we've had several places where this type of day was being recorded here and this one here. So now we're funneling it all through this particular form.
That's awesome. That's a great best practice where you're able to not have to reinvent the wheel. You can use the same one for both and just differentiating with the checkbox which one it's for. That's fantastic. And this is the help desk again, just to reiterate that for people who are wondering how it was built out. You just have, I'm guessing, a PTE at the top where you put instructions and things.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, let me see what other questions that we have in here, or if I have another question that has come through. So let me look. So another question that someone had asked was, you mentioned you're able to kind of have a little bit of reporting and export that. They're curious how that's working for you, and then if you have any idea how many number of hours or organizations have been impacted since you rolled it out.
Well, here's our hours for this year.
So this is our current year, and we have another person who, she is the one who will export from that back end and funnel out just exactly how many CARES hours we have. She takes that number and she does some magic in Excel, and somehow she comes up with this goal thermometer. So this is current as of this year.
As of this month, right?
Yeah, as of this month. And she'll update that periodically. So that's how we track that to get to our goals.
Awesome. So you're grabbing the reports out of the help desks, just exporting it, and then using that to create your visualization here so everybody's up on the same page?
Yes.
Very cool.
Right. Now, last year, at the end of last year, it had increased 153% from the year before, but we didn't have all of these tracking mechanisms in place.
So it'll be good to see it
and also
end of this year versus last. I mean, you guys are 246. That's a lot.
Right. When you export that, you can also filter out by agencies and organizations that we have helped.
I don't remember what the total number was last year.
Yeah, we had a poster.
I know, I'm not sure where it is.
Yeah.
I want to say it was 30-something agencies is what sticks in my mind, but I can't be sure.
That's awesome. That's a pretty good number, though. And plus, people are saying they're finding out about new organizations. Can you scroll down just a little bit on your page? Because I love how you guys shared that, the photos are a big impact on getting people updated, and then obviously your recaps when people have done their volunteering. But I also think it's really neat how you have ideas out there for people who aren't sure where to go, right there, all on the same page for them to have ideas where else they can volunteer. If someone has a new organization that they volunteered with, do you guys occasionally add to this or swap them out, or do you just kind of have like some main ones that people volunteer with that you already have a relationship with, or how did you come up with that list?
This is just kind of some main ones that if you go to these links, they have their own calendars of ongoing volunteer needs. So we just put those on there because those are standard ones that are needing things all the time. But like this one, for example, we just posted the other day, and this is an employee that said, hey, my church is having a yard sale to help raise funds for something. They need people to set up during the week. Is that okay if we put that on the CARES page? And we said, sure. And we immediately had somebody sign up as soon as we put this post out.
Oh, awesome. So they're even interacting in a more creative way than it was started for at this point. That's fantastic. Really neat. Awesome.
We have some examples.
Yeah, go ahead. That'd be great to see.
So some of the agencies that we have volunteered with were our food pantries, building homes for Habitat for Humanity, various animal shelters, school functions. Somebody even helped with assisting with a blind skier program. A lot of people help with charity golf tournaments or other community fundraiser events. So that's an overview of the types of things that people are volunteering for.
Awesome. This is related to kind of what we're talking about, but it kind of comes back to the beginning when we were talking about employee engagement. One of the questions that just came in was, are there any other unique ways that you use your portal to support staff engagement? So
we have a photo album that we post pictures from our company parties, customer appreciation days at various branches, just things to kind of get people. We found that people are nosy about pictures, so they want to see what's going on. And so we have some photo albums. This is our page for photo albums.
That's beautiful.
Each one is a different album.
So it's just a fun way. And we try to write in the caption who is who, because not everybody knows each other. So
awesome.
What else?
I can show you around our portal a little bit. So on our home page, we have a drop down for all of our departments. We really struggled with where to put a link for each department page, so we just did this drop down. Then we also have some quick links for things that people need to get to quickly.
And this is, I think, a great one. People, about engagement, the employee updates and opportunities. That is one of the most hit pages of our portal. I think we're on a different resolution on this monitor, so it looks a little different.
So this has new employees, and it will mention where they are going to be working, has a photo of them, transfers and promotions, and people who have left the company. And then, this is not looking right now, but this is career opportunities that are posted.
Very cool. I had somebody ask if you could go back to, they saw the CEO corner and they'd like to see what you're using for the CEO corner. I know the answer, but I'll let you talk about that. I was going to come back to that one. Awesome. And I think that'll tie into your page as well.
Okay, it's right here on our homepage, CEO Corner. So This is called
Blog.
it's the CEO blog, or what is it called? What's the island actually called? Or the
Blog Island.
A blog island, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You got
So
it.
this is Dave's place where he can make some announcements that are special to him.
And then over here are his previous blogs that we can click on one of those other ones.
Awesome. I like that you guys
Yeah,
actually
people-
use the.
Used what?
I said I like that you guys are using blogs and that you put pictures in there and that you have a link back directly from there to the Clear Mountain Cares. Like you're just doing such a great job
Very important
to keep it.
So
Yeah, it just does a great job of keeping it front and center all the time for your staff. You can tell anywhere you go in your portal that this is an important initiative and that everybody's on board. So makes it easier for people to want to participate. Yeah.
yes.
One more question. Can you go back to the CARES page? We had a question that was asking if you could share a little bit about the award that was mentioned, how you have an award, and could you talk a little bit about that? The Brian Thomas
So
Award?
as we were going through our first year of the program, Dave said, I want to have an award at the end of this where we honor the person who has gone above and beyond their CARES day. And everybody is permitted, one paid day off to volunteer for a cause of their choice. So they can't take more than one, but this is for people who in general volunteer on their own time all the time and just have that kind of attitude. So when you click on this, it goes to another page about this award. And people can nominate themselves or be nominated by someone else. And this is outdated because we haven't started it again for this year. But we have a form, and then you just submit. And in the form, you just need to say like who the person is, and you have to kind of know what they volunteer for a lot, what matters to them. And then all of those nominations are sent to a selected committee, and Dave is on the committee and several other people. And they just sit down and choose the winner. And then the winner gets $500. And we also have a traveling plaque that will go to each branch that they work at.
Oh,
and
awesome.
they're also given $500 to go to a charity that matters to them.
Oh, that's really cool. And you've already given out the award once. I saw in your presentation that you've already done that one time for someone. What was her reaction like?
Well, she's the type of person that wouldn't want any kind of attention or anything, so she was very flattered and surprised. And
yeah, I know I nominated her.
I did too.
A lot of people nominated her. She would never nominate herself.
Yeah.
But
that's awesome.
Yeah, she's
but
very modest.
Recognized when she wouldn't have asked for it. So that's really cool. People got a chance to say thank you for her service that she's done. That's really neat.
Yeah.
Awesome. So when they click on that button, it opens up the form and they have all of the information then to submit to nominate someone and why.
Yes, so they click this, it opens up a Word document, they can fill it out, save it, and then they upload it here.
And the only reason we put it as a Word document was because using the help desk, it's hard if you start a form in a help desk or in an online form, it can be hard to go back to, and there's no spell check. So that's why we chose to do the Word document.
Gives them a chance if they have to stop and help a member or a customer and come back to it, they can do that. Save a draft.
This
then
obviously takes a lot of thought to nominate someone. So.
For sure. And that's neat that people took time to actually go through that and do that. That's really neat. So one other question. do you have any suggestions or words of wisdom for someone who's at the beginning stages of creating their intranet? Are there any things that you wish you knew when you started?
Well, when we started, we had an old one with a different company, and we just wanted something different. But we didn't want what we had before. So we were starting from scratch, and we were looking at a lot of different people's portals as examples, and we would say, I want this part on this, and I want these kind of buttons, and I want this drop down. So we actually drew out on paper kinds of things we wanted, and we would erase it, write in different things for different buttons, and it was a lot of back and forth until we finally put it all together.
And I think one thing, look at other people's portals. That's what we did. I mean, we're more than happy to hop on a call with you and show you around our portal. We had a couple people that were able to do that with us, and it really helps for you to understand exactly how it works, how it comes together in the end. So whoever you are, if you want to hop on a call with us and your CSM, we'd be happy to do that with you.
Because that's how we got to where we were, finally.
That's very kind of you. And I can't see who submitted that question, so I will definitely let them know, and they can hear you as that. She said, I would love that. Thank you so much. So we'll get you guys connected.
Absolutely. We're here to help too.
Awesome. As another question to kind of go along with that, someone else is wanting to know, you presented at Powwow. Did that impact any way in your implementation of your portal? What did you take away from your Powwow experience? I guess what's in it for me? They're wanting to know, I think.
Well, we wish we would have went to Powwow before we launched our portal. We didn't, and we should have. It would have really helped.
How would that have helped you? Do you think? What would have? I think that goes back to her. Do you wish you would have known?
Yeah, and just being able to be there with everybody else who were in similar situations and get ideas, and just that having people right there to talk about everything and see things, I think was priceless.
Yeah, more things were clicking.
Yes, because we're not IT people. This is definitely not something that we do. We do it now, and we're pretty good at it, but we weren't. We had a lot to learn.
Mm-hmm. And you've done a great job, but I think a lot of people can identify with that. I mean, myself included. I'm not an IT person, and I probably won't ever be, to be honest. But it is awesome when you can, collaborate with other people and exchange ideas and start to learn little tips and tricks and best practices of what other people are doing. And I'd agree. I think Powwow is a great place to get inspired and to meet people and exchange. But people are sending it. We love you, Pam. We love you, Tracy.
Well, and really building those relationships at Powwow, I think, has made even more of a difference. I mean, I feel so much more comfortable now to call or message Rochelle or Carissa or Courtney about anything. Mm-hmm. I don't feel as timid now as I did before I got to meet you wonderful ladies and men in person. It really does make a difference. You feel more of a connection, and it's better for you.
Oh, you're so kind. We call you guys family because we really do feel that way. So that's awesome. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you guys.
They didn't pay us to say that.
No, for sure. But it's true. We do love Powwow. And those of you who are listening who are like, what are they even talking about? What is Powwow? I'm sorry. I will explain. We love to get together with you guys. We have an annual event every year called Powwow. It'll be September 23rd through 25th this year in Indianapolis at the Alexander Hotel. We have sent out a heads up with the early registration code for that. So if you guys are interested or you did not see that email through, get with your CSM. We will make sure to get that discount code to you or answer any of your questions that you have. But yeah, we would love to see you guys there, give you a chance to kind of collaborate and meet other people. But but yeah, that's awesome. And that's the Bestie that we're referring to in case you have not attended Powwow before and you're not sure what it is. You're at Powwow where we have Bestie nominations. So there are awards that we give out for a couple different categories, innovation being one of them, best relaunch, best implementation. And so, you know, it's a friendly competition between other groups. Share what you've done with your implementation of your OnSemble portal and share best practices. And then Passageways Pathfinders don't actually get to vote, but you can vote with your peers and cheer for your favorite. So that's why we're talking to Pam and Tracy today, because they're awesome. And they did that last year. So very cool. I think we had one other question here to hop into, and then probably I think we may just wrap up early unless there's any other questions. If you guys have any more, go ahead and send that through. The only other question that I saw is someone was asking, they saw a link for rate sheets, and they were curious how you update them in the portal if you just link them out to your website.
We have it as a PTE, so we paste it into our PTE weekly, sometimes 3 times a week, depending. This is not something that's distributed to the public, so this is just for internal use. But then we do have all of them archived here. If you need to print one, like we have an audit right now and they requested one from July of 2017. So you can click here and it will take you to the repository where you can see every single rate sheet that we've ever put out.
Awesome. We love anything that helps us with our audits, right?
Yeah.
For sure. Great questions. Well, I think everyone has asked a lot of great questions today. Pam and Tracy, you've been fabulous. We really enjoyed our time together with you. Thank you so much for sharing again your story and the Clear Mountain Cares and answering all of the questions, and for your kind words. We really do appreciate you and all of the love that you've poured into your portal and your community. I don't know about everybody else, but I feel super inspired to go get my 1% time done here at Passageways. So hopefully all of you can take a little bit of inspiration away from today's call. Thank you so much. Again, we have recorded, so that will be posted in the community and also in our monthly newsletter. Again, get with your CSM if you have any other questions that you need answered. Ladies, thank you so much. You've been fantastic, and hope everybody enjoys the rest of your day.
Right.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.